Well, thank you very much for being a part of the final Good Leadership Breakfast in the 6th season since we began. I told you earlier we were working on an annual report, but the most exciting part of an annual report is where are we going? There have been so many suggestions that have come from you about what you'd like to see here. And so on the back of your table program, there's some information about some things that are coming. First of all, we're going to continue this goodness pledge that we created. It's been so special to see how many people have signed the Goodness Pledge and shared it, and the open rates when we send you those things from the Goodness Pledge are off the charts compared to the industry average, and so we thank you about that. We're going to really ramp that program up. Also, I'm proud to announce the slate for the spring series, and I told you before that we're lifting up women leaders next year. In 2016. So 6 of the 8 speakers will be female. We're starting with Colleen Needles in February. She was a WCCO anchor who's now one of the most prolific producers of long-format television. Her company, Tremendous Inc., is headquartered here. Beth Getz. She's been in the public eye lately as the interim director, athletic director at the University of Minnesota, and she's got all sorts of things I'm sure she could share with us. Maureen Bausch. She was a 24-year veteran at the Mall of America, and then Richard Davis and Marilyn Carlson Nelson tapped her on the shoulder to be the chairperson of the Minnesota Super Bowl committee for 2018. So she's going to shine the spotlight of the world on Minneapolis-St. Paul. And then one of my coaching clients, Matthew Allnett. He's a charming, charismatic Brit, a rags to riches story. He runs the 2nd largest social club in America, and it's called the Jonathan Club out in Los Angeles. So we're really, really excited to present this slate. And in accordance with the idea of lifting up women leaders, we're also starting a new service in our firm. It's called peer coaching groups. These are groups of 10 to 12 people who have something in common, job responsibilities primarily, and we're going to start with executive women. So working with my friend Rita Webster, we're going to start an executive women peer group program for the C-level VP and director level people, and so you can expect to hear more about that. Of course, we're continuing the Good Leadership training. Today is graduation for the fall class, and so we're going to have fun with those people today. But we're also really making another commitment to golf. You can see on the bottom here, we are not inviting Mike Ott. Don't even think about it, pal. We've renewed our commitment to the Knicker Open. We moved it to July 18 this year, and I'm in conversation with the Payne Stewart Foundation. Those of you who know, we started the Knicker Open 23 years ago, the year after Payne Stewart won the U.S. Open at Hazeltine wearing knickers. So far, we've raised $915,000 for the Boys and Girls Club, and this year we're bound and determined to get that over $1 million. So we're going to give you many different ways to participate. But maybe the thing I'm most excited about is that we're getting into the executive retreat business, and we're going to do a 7Fs executive leadership golf retreat the last 3 days in February down at Dove Mountain in Arizona. And we're bringing in a very special golf pro, a woman golf pro. She happens to be here today. Barb, do you mind just standing up and waving your hand? Barb is going to host this, Barb Moxness. She's a golf professional, and her teachings are very much in alignment with what we do here with 7Fs and Cornerstones of Goodness. It's an invitation-only event. If you want an invitation, please come and see me. We'd love to have you with us. So with that, I thought I would shine the light on positivity one more time. As we've been doing the coaching and consulting around this, we're realizing that you can build around excellence, generosity, and fairness. But if positivity is missing, it's the catalytic ingredient. Like that recipe that your grandmother makes. When you try to make it, it doesn't quite work out the same way. Because she had some special ingredient. We don't know what it is. And also, there are pharmaceuticals that mostly work, but when that one thing is in there at the right dosage, it can do miracles. We think that's positivity. If I walk you back, we started with Lynn Casey. Here's the season ticket package. Lynn Casey started in February. And then we had Michael Anschel and Kelly Chapman, and then Justin Hanratty, who's here today. He came with the socks. Their message was all about generosity and resilience. Then here we started again with Bjorn Stanvik. He came from Sweden and was turned down, 1,000 times when he asked for things. And finally one day he hit it and hit it big. Becky Bergman, the first female president at Gustavus Adolphus College. And Kevin Warren last month. Who was here for Kevin? What a marvelous message about gratitude. And today, Mike, thank you very much for shining the light on positivity and how important that is. I think about our obligation for positivity and leadership like this. Who knows what these are? Yeah, these are twinkle lights. And they kind of look like a mess, don't they? It's a tangled mess of wires that's not all that attractive. But when we add the ingredient that's most important, it shines, it radiates, it's magnetic. Most of our lives look like the tangled mess unless we find that positivity. You do that for each other by making the commitment to come to the Good Leadership Breakfast. Are you ready to radiate goodness today? Are you ready to radiate goodness today? Yes. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you in February. Carpe diem, seize the day.